So I made it into a woods. I was going to travel to Thetford Forest plan, but with it being Sunday, there was no buses and it was going to cost a lot of money to a taxi. So I opted for a local woods and I got a taxi to a local woods. So this is the local woods and not far away from Bury, but pretty cracking. So what I've done is gone for some kind of like, it was an A-frame, then I've just lifted that side up there a bit. I don't know if you can see it. So there's a little bit of a thing there and it slopes down. We'll see how that gets on. Lovely and quiet here. I'm very thirsty. Still feel the heat, but the dinner I had was absolutely amazing. So that was really, really tasty. I had a cracking beer there, and I got some beers for tonight. I've just got some brew dogs, hazy Jane. So I'm going to settle myself in, and I'll catch you inside. Should have brought more water. Should be okay though. Live and learn. It's hot. I've got wet mites. They're calling me down. Anyway, I got inside. It's quite cool in here. And it's definitely out of the sun. It's a bonus because it's absolutely roasting today. Ridiculously hot. One man's loss is another one's gain. You know what that's going to be? That's going to be a seat. So I've got one of these things, and what it is a micro bug net. So I've got it, and then you've got these, like, you know, you've got the poles for it, but there's not actually any instructions on it whatsoever. It's like a white net, which is not as tactical as I thought it'd be. And could I figure out how to do it? Could I, heck? So I gave up on the idea. I'm probably going to get a better one eventually. So my mouth's really dry. It's been proper hot today. So under here is a lot colder. I got my wet wipes, wiped me send down, and doing me a world of good. And I just stopped and paused for a minute. Thing is, what you've got to realise, when it comes to the heat, you can't take it for granted, can you? And it has been a little situation where it's just a little reminder, although I'm out enjoying myself, to take the heat that little bit more seriously. So there we go, hey? That said, I'm doing the wrong thing of having alcohol, but I haven't got much water. And that is a bad thing because it's dehydration. It's the worst thing to have alcohol. But then I'm trying to conserve my water the best I can. My mouth's dry. I'm going to have something to eat in a bit. But I think this woodland's been really cool. So I've got some Northern Monk. Have one of them. Oh yeah, wow. Oh God. That is so cold and beautiful. Right. Cheers, guys. Happy holiday, 3 days. Oh God. That's good. Wow. Yes. Okay, I'll catch you in a bit. I believed I said I had brought Hazy Jane with me. I hadn't. It is Monk. So it's lovely and quiet here and peaceful. I had a bit of a water situation, but that was my own fault. She brought more water, but I've got by. I felt a little bit queasy. I think that was because I drank a beer very fast and a little bit of water too quick, but you live and learn. Yeah, and I got through some wet wipes, wiping my face and whatever, but the temperature's now dropped, so you know, it's those survival techniques, they come in, don't they, occasionally. The alcohol is not the best, I know, and probably somebody will preach in the comments that, you know, it's a big dehydrator. I know that. Well, if you ain't got little water with you because your own fault, then, and it's a morale boost, I suppose. So I brought it, but the wet wipes cooled me down, and the temperature's now dropping, so it's a lot better, and I'm feeling a bit more perky now. So there we go. I've had a cracking time so far. Bury St Edmunds is a lovely little place. I'll be going back there. I've got to go back there at one point to go to my next destination, which you'll find out soon. Okay, I think this may be more than one video, so I haven't decided to have it do it in parts or days, but I'm sure you'll find out. You know, on my editing, we'll see what happens. But nothing cracking there. Now that looks a lot lighter than it actually is there. It's getting quite dark now. Well, not dark, it's still summer, isn't it? But you know what I mean, it's coming towards evening time. It's nearly 8 o'clock actually, to be fair, so it is evening time. So, well, the journey itself has been, so I travelled from Newark-on-Trent, where I live, and then I travelled to, Ely. Peterborough, then Ely, and then from Ely it was a bus to Bury. So being a bit of a travelling day, but and there was a little delay. I've had to, originally I was going to come later on during the week, but I had to change my plans because of industrial action with the trains. So there we go. But travelling, I made it a little bit of an experience of my own. And as we've got to, I'm feeling perky, I'm feeling happy. I'm ready for a new camp, or a new experience. As I say, done the Suffolk thing once before. I'm doing it again with Norfolk involved as well. Let's find out. You'll find out where I'm going. I'll do it bit by bit. But I've semi-planned it. We call it a semi-plan because the only bit I've really planned is the train from Newark to Bury, really. And that was it. So, it is a wing it. It's a wing and just see what happens. And it's one of the best sort of camps they are. You know, time to myself and time to just relax from it all. Andy. So got that cooking away on an alcohol stove. I don't think I'm going to have a fire because of the heat. All the area that I've got around there, the minute, it's all dry anyway, so I've got to be so careful, so I've made a little area. It should be alright with that. So that all that other area has been brushed outside. I'm just having a curry version. I brushed all the way around the edges. There's quite a bit of a flame there, but it's not going to be bad. I mean, with a fire, that would be a different situation. There's been quite a lot of forest fires around. So it's just another added thing I've got to consider, which I don't normally have to. Sorry, a red light. Red light, white light. But, yeah. It's just remembering all these elements. I made a bit of a mess up with the water as well. I ended up getting sparkling water. So that's probably carbonation bubbles there. But there we go. I don't care. Water's water. But, you know, it's a resource that we've got to look after now, isn't it? And this is going to become more and more. So, yeah, unfortunately, it's going to be a situation where it's going to become more and more of a situation, isn't it? Yes, we have to think about it with a drought. It's going to get more and more often we're going to get a situation where water's going to become more and more scarce. And I know in a lot of countries they take it for granted, these droughts. In the UK we're not used to it, but it's going to become a thing. And we're going to have to get used to it, aren't we? But there, it's difficult. We'll survive. We'll have no other choice. Well, I found a better way of moving this all of a sudden. Moving it to the side, you can see me better now. All these years, well, it's not that many years been doing YouTube, but and I've not even noticed that. Now I'm feeling a lot better. Lovely, lovely pot noodle that was. I know, like I said, I think they're underrated, but that's my own personal opinion. So, Northern Monk. I think I said it before. I thought when I went mind you, it might have been I was getting Brewdog Hazy. But Northern Monk, I love it anymore. I think I actually looked at the Brewdog Hazy and I saw the Northern Monk. I thought I'll have Northern Monk instead, because I like that beer. The temperature's dropped no end. Fantastic now. You know, it's nicer out here than it would be in our house. I bet you if you're at home tonight, well, as I say, depends when I edit this really, to be honest. But with the heat wave, I bet you're all sort of struggled. Should be editing this when I get home, which should be a bit cooler by then anyway. It's supposed to be dropping in degrees. It's supposed to be a thunderstorm tomorrow, but you know what they say, that's what it's supposed to be. I hope there is. Just not when I'm travelling. It's a lovely and quiet spot, this. It's probably the closest I get to stealth camping. Well, you could call it stealth, if you like. You know, everything's low. But I'm just camping where I need to camp. And saving a bit of money on the way, which is what it's all about. End of the day, I want to wild camp. And I want to save cash. So, it's alright paying for an hotel, but trouble is paying for a hotel. You know, you got the luxuries, but this is just, I haven't got to pay for anything. Turn up, camp, and move on. What's not to like? Now, some people don't want the creature comforts, don't they? I like the creature comforts as well. I mean, I like going to a hotel. You've seen me in my Liverpool video. I do like doing that. But I like this as well. And this is just my time. I know it's your time as well if you're watching it. So, oh, I don't know. So chilled out. It's gone very quiet, very still. I'm starting to chill. Nice little rhyme, that, isn't it? Really is quiet and still. Beautiful. Inner peace. If you know what I mean. Excellent. Very few animals, as usual. Always a dog. There's always a dog on my camps. You notice that? Always seems to be a dog. Somewhere. Don't matter where it goes, you always hear a dog. I suppose not every camp, but a lot of my camps there is. I heard a dog earlier on. Well, there's a few houses over that way. And a bit of a, I don't know what's over there, but some kind of setup over there as well. So, well, who cares? Happy days. I've got some squidgems. And they, I'm going to put my stealth right off a minute. proper nice. Back on. Hear that, dear? That's what I love about this place. You get near where I am, but my God, that was close. Wow. God, that's loud. Just hope he doesn't come down and trample over the tarp up. I hope not anyway. God, so close, it's ridiculous. Magical. I saw a squirrel just running past earlier on today. I know you get a squirrel all the time, but it's really up close. Stop now. I thought it stopped, it hasn't. Still out there. Am I going to be able to sleep tonight because of it? It's their domain, I suppose, isn't it? Obviously, it ain't a great big stag with big horns and stuff. That'll wake me up. I'll be quiet. No, listen. Chill out time on the floor. Everybody on the floor. Let's put some energy into this place. Right then. Yeah, dancing. Here we go. I think I'll have a chill. I'll probably catch you in the morning. Morning all. Another woodland. Got to get out of Dodge in a minute. And so, episode 1 finishes. And let's roll on to episode 2 the next day. Somewhere else to move on to. A new challenge. A new adventure. See you there. Onward to the next destination.